Fortnite emotes that will become rare in Chapter 3. Well, if they don't return. If you have any of these, make sure to comment down below which ones, and also which ones would you buy if they came back to the item shop. Make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and let's get straight into it. The first emote we have is PHONO FOLLIES from Chapter 2 Season 6. This was last seen over 170 days ago now, but not only that, it only came to the shop 3 times. So there wasn't many chances to buy this emote and then it didn't return. It was 300 V-Bucks, which I do think is pretty good value. This could have been 500 in my opinion. But the reason why I'm putting it in the video is because why hasn't this one returned? I mean, it's a pretty new emote, Chapter 2 Season 6. Maybe it just didn't sell too well, so they removed it from the item shop rotation. I actually don't know the reason, but Chapter 3 is coming up in a couple weeks and I don't think it's gonna return. So this one could definitely become very rare, and it is a really good emote as well. Next up we have Gloss. Now this was last seen over 66 days ago, which really isn't nothing. However, this released with the Sway emote at the same time, and for some reason that one returned and this one didn't. Not only that, but it was in the shop for just 2 days and never returned. I mean, it might come back soon, but if it doesn't come back before Chapter 3, I have a feeling this could become really rare and we might not see it for a long time. But I could be wrong and this could come back tomorrow. It is an Icon series emote, but that's just for the dance. The music is not copyright. Kinda like Crazy Boy, I guess. Pretty interesting emote, and I feel like nobody really picked this one up or spoke about it. The music is pretty intense, but overall I don't mind the emote, so let's move on to the next one. Now we have On the Hook, and if you guys remember, this used to be the rarest item shop emote in the game. And then it did come back, but that was actually over 200 days ago now. And in total, it has only been in the shop 4 times. I think the reason it came back for Chapter 2 was because there was a lot of water, fishing, that kind of stuff. But if next chapter doesn't have fishing or water, then this emote might not return for a long time. And to be honest, it's starting to get pretty rare again. I don't think many people got it when it did come back. I think the main reason is because for 500 V-Bucks, not much really happens. It could have been 200 or 300 V-Bucks, but 500 does seem a bit steep. However, it's definitely a unique emote and there's not much like it. So let's move on to the next one, which is ONDA, another Icon series emote. The music for this is copyrighted, which is why you can't hear it. However, it is a Brazilian song. It feels like this came out not long ago, but it's actually been over 115 days since it was last in the shop. Not only that, it did only come out 5 times, so there wasn't many chances to buy it. The reason I think this one could become rare is because previously Icon series emotes seemed to release a couple times and then not return for a while, just like Fishing and Crazy Boy. I could be totally wrong and it could come out in the next couple days, but honestly I think this has potential of becoming a pretty rare emote. It's honestly not too bad. Shout out to all the Brazilians watching. Let me know if you picked this emote up, and let's move on to the next one, which is the Silencer, another Icon series emote from the King James set. This emote was last seen over 113 days ago now, so it's actually been quite a while. However, it did stay in the shop 14 days, so I think quite a lot of people did manage to get it. However, this emote I never see anybody use, not in game, not in Party Royale, nowhere. In fact, I've not even seen anybody speak about it. I think it's a very forgotten emote already. I guess it's just very simple, there's no music, it's not very catchy. I guess you could say it's kind of a pointless emote. However, the LeBron James collab was obviously a big deal in the game, just like when Marshmello and Travis Scott came out, and it took a while for the Marshmello set to return, so it could be a long time before we see this set return as well. I can't remember if it was 200 or 300 V-Bucks, but either way, I'm not even sure many people bought it, to be honest. LeBron James is actually a GOAT, but this emote is kind of average and there's nothing much more to say about it, so let's move on to the next one, which is BALLETIC from Chapter 2 Season 3. This emote is actually traversal and it was last seen over 215 days ago now. Not only that, but it was only in the shop 6 times, which honestly isn't a lot at all. 6 times is the same as Slap Happy, and that is a rare emote, so Balletic could become pretty rare as well. In fact, it's already getting quite rare. I'm not sure why this one hasn't returned. I mean, there's no reason for it to return, there's no reason for it not to return. I think it's actually kinda underrated. The music's pretty intense, but other than that, it's a good emote. It's very similar to the 200 V-Buck Pirouette emote, which is also kinda getting rare, but definitely less people have Balletic. The next emote we have is Rolly Rider, and I called that this emote would not be in the 30-day rotation. It came to the shop twice and was last seen over 126 days ago. To be honest, this emote is pretty much already rare. Hardly anybody got this. Most people just don't think it's worth 500 V-Bucks, and there's not much going on, so they didn't buy it. However, if you guys remember the kite emote, that used to be really rare, and it didn't come back for almost 2 years. I think Rolly Rider is going to be the same kind of situation where hardly anybody has it and it's not going to come back for a year or two. I could be wrong, but this emote is very low key and hardly anybody has it or speaks about it. I actually kind of like it. It's pretty simple and it's fun to use while you're just in Party Royale or chilling in creative. Again, I think this is underrated in my opinion. Now we have Mighty Ant, which is a Marvel emote. This emote was added after the Ant-Man skin came to the game. It was kind of just hidden with all the other Marvel items, so maybe people didn't see it. Again, it's just one of those emotes nobody speaks about or uses. It was in the shop for a total of 9 days, but that is all, and it hasn't been back since. There was quite a lot of Marvel collabs in Chapter 2, but maybe there won't be many in Chapter 3, and therefore this emote might not come back. I mean, it's an alright emote, nothing special in my opinion, it's pretty chill, so let's move on to the next one. Next up we have HEART-RIZON, which was last seen over 166 days ago now. This emote's a bit of a fetch as it was in the shop 20 times and a lot of people did get it. However, it's already been over 160 days since it's been in the shop, so who knows when it's gonna return. Right now, it's really not that rare, but if it doesn't come back for another year or two, then we could see it become a rare emote. Next up, we have Outs with the Old. I have spoke about this emote in previous videos, but basically, the reason why this is getting really rare is because it's probably never gonna come back. The only way I see this coming back is if they change the emote from 2021 to 2022, but I don't think that's going to happen, and I don't think this emote will ever come back, so it's only going to get even more rare in the future. Not only that, but this came out at New Year's time, and a lot of people aren't playing Fortnite, they're spending time with their families and stuff. So maybe less people got it as well. Next up, we have Tea Time. This was last seen over 135 days ago now. But what gives this potential to be really rare is that it was only in the shop twice. That's like the same as Jitterbug and Lavish. But obviously, this was 200 V-Bucks, so maybe quite a few people got it. Being British and liking tea, I really like the emote, but it might not return for a while, just like Breezy. If you want a part 2 or you want me to do this idea with skins, make sure you drop a like and let me know in the comments. But that is going to be all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.